Are you?
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakening, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice, where dreams awaken.
Rise Awakenings. Let's rise together.
It's Brindlewolf and Diane, so listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talk, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune in if you can.
There's so many people in this world who don't have a home, who don't have a job.
Yes.
And are judged. There's so many people in this world who don't have a home, who don't have a job.
Yes.
And are judged because of how their life turned out. What's wrong with us? Why do we keep letting this happen? She calls out to the man on the street. Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I've nowhere to sleep. Is there somewhere you can tell me?
He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her. Starts to whisper as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there.
Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise.
Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you, you and me in paradise.
Just think about it.
Think about it.
Just think about it. She calls out to the man on the street. He can see she's been crying.
She's the blisters on the soles of her feet. She can walk, but she's trying.
Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise.
Oh, think twice. It's another day for you, you and me in paradise.
Oh, just think about
Just
it.
think about it.
Oh,
Just think about it.
just think about it. Oh, Lord, is there nothing anybody can do? Oh, Lord, there must be something you can say.
You can tell from the lines on her face. You can see that she's in there. Probably be moved on from every place, 'cause she didn't fit in there. Oh, think twice,
'Cause it's another day for you in paradise. Oh, think twice. Just another day for you, you and me in paradise. Oh, just think about it. Oh, oh, just think about it.
just another day
For you and me in paradise.
It's just another day for you and me in paradise.
Just think about
Think about
it.
it.
Just think about
Think
it.
about it.
Oh, paradise. Oh, just think about it.
Think about it.
Oh, in paradise. Something's got to change. Welcome everyone to Phoenix Talks. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong side of the room. Hold on. There we go.
That was so powerful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when the topic came up tonight, I was like, this is what we got to do. And apparently
Yeah.
we have a leftover from the last show that we did that I forgot to make sure it didn't go. There we go. All right, welcome to the season 3 premiere of Phoenix Talks.
Yes.
If you're streaming over on Zeno.fm, I apologize. It kind of dead stopped. Something strange happened on my computer and I had to restart it. So
Yes.
apologies for that.
It's all, listen, that's the live show. Things happen. It's all good. We're here.
Right. We just pick up and we just keep on moving and
That's
grooving.
it. The show must
Yeah.
go on no matter
Right.
what.
And joining me in that song was one of my dear friends over in my Wolf's Den group online app, Viola Best, and I've known her for 6-7 years now, and she joined me on that when I opened it a few years ago.
That was beautifully executed. Beautifully executed.
And
Yes.
it really is the perfect lead-in for
Yeah.
what we're going to talk about tonight.
So, what we're talking about tonight was given to us by one of the lovely folks in our audience. Can you repeat it or post it so we can read it? Because it's meaningful, but it's complex. So I want folks to read it.
I knew there was something I forgot to do.
Oh, thank you, Karen. She's saying nice glasses.
Give me just a sec. Let me pull it up.
These are my fun granny glasses. That's what I'm calling them.
But hey, you can see, and that's what's important. Okay.
That's right. I can read the comments.
Okay. What came in? And it was from one of my dear friends, Hildy. And I'm just going to read what she sent to me as the inspiration so that you know where we're going to go and how we're going to handle this. Okay.
Thank you.
So she says, I was excited to hear on the radio today that this year, De Warmst Week is all about invisible illness. It's something that belongs to be, it belongs to be in the spotlight. I apologize for the broken English ahead of time. People still can be very cruel towards people with an illness like that, like mine, MS. Translation is the warmest week, which means De Warmst Week. This is held every year around another kind of mental health issue here in Belgium. It's a huge thing with lots of fundraising activities throughout that week to build up consciousness around all kinds of mental health problems. Just wanted to let you know, because I thought, wouldn't that be a subject for one of your talks? How people look at it and how people live with it, the disease and harsh comments from society.
Except we're going to expand that to all silent issues that we have that others can't see and don't notice, and the struggles. How do we bridge the gap of ignorance, and how do we allow ourselves to feel seen and heard and understood? And how do we navigate through the pushback from the individuals like, yeah, okay, whatever, you look fine? Because there are those.
Oh, there are many. Why don't we hit that branch first?
Yeah.
Because that's one of the most common.
Right.
Is the normal appearance.
Yes, the normal appearance. So I'm going to put myself in the vulnerable chair for a moment.
Go for it.
Not only am I neurodivergent, ADHD, autism and ADHD, but that comes with a chock full of lovely things. And I have also experience with autoimmune issues. And on the outside, I look perfect. I will do what I have to do and push through, and no one knows the kind of pain that I'm in on a regular basis, and nobody knows how burnt out and exhausted I become or how I use all of my brain power to complete a singular task. And that's all on the inside. That's all stuff that nobody sees. And I have been quite often told, oh, well, you don't look like you have anything wrong with you. You look fine. Oh, I had no idea. You're in pain? Really? All of that stuff that comes your way because you don't present with any type of issue or limitation or disability or whatever. So the way I've learned to handle it myself is to come with disclaimers. Especially if I'm having a day where, I'm not going to be able to mask and perform in the way that is expected based on my presentation of, yeah, you look fine. So I've now decided that let me try coming with a disclaimer. Hey, just so you know, I'm experiencing a little extra pain today, so I'm moving a little bit slower and I'm going to be a little extra cautious. So please bear with me if X, Y, and Z, whatever I'm supposed to be doing. And I found that, number one, folks don't question you if you're telling them directly what you're physically experiencing in that moment. And I think that's where we can help bridge the gap. Hildy, when you see this on the backside, disclaimers are not the same as I'm going to say it right out because we are unfortunately heard as complaining, lamenting, whining about what we have going on as a way to get out of, is an excuse for whatever our obligations are.
Yeah.
So when you come with a disclaimer that says, hey, this is what my body's experiencing right now. I'm having a tough day today. I usually have okay days, but today is not one of those days. So I need you to bear with me. If you need me at my fullest capacity, today is not going to be the day for that. And I don't want to inconvenience you, but I can't tell my body what to do. It's doing whatever it's doing to me right now. And like, if you speak like that, I found that that helps bridge the gap. And then it allows for a space of follow-up questions like, oh, is what's going on with you? Are you okay? Oh, I didn't know that. Is there anything you need?
Right.
Which, if they don't do that and they start to give you even more hard time, then they're not your people, because you ain't got the energy to argue with people who are not interested in understanding you.
Right. And my turn.
Yes.
I mean, one of the things that I
Sorry.
deal with. Oh, no. I was saying, okay, she was vulnerable. My turn. That's all it was. And one of the things that I experience that, you wouldn't know that it was something that I actually deal with if I didn't tell you, and you would just think that it was something's wrong with him when it happens. Where is this coming from? Why is this all of a sudden? And it's hitting that time of year where around this time, if I get overstimulated, because I have what I call, I feel the tides. It's not diagnosed with anything, but I feel the tides at sunset. And I get very easily overstimulated very quickly, and my brain starts to shut down. I get very explosive. I get very emotional. And sometimes that actually gets held against me because, oh, you're just having a moment.
Yeah.
When what I actually need in those moments is, okay, hold on, it's going to pass. Snap out of it. Come on. You know it's going to pass. Just give it a second. Because it does. But then if it gets fed, ooh. Yes, seasonal polarity.
Is that, are you talking about seasonal affective disorder?
Yes,
Okay,
I am.
that's the DSM terminology for it. That affects a ton of people, and that's no joke. That is no joke. It's not, oh, I need more sunlight. There is some like serious body chemistry that occurs along with the winter months and the
it happens
change.
at every season change.
The seasonal changes, yes. Because your body has to readjust to whatever that season brings.
Right. I mean, like when we have severe temperature shifts.
Yeah.
Where we've had some cooler weather and my body starts to relax.
Yeah.
And then we start to have really warm weather again. I feel like I can't breathe.
Yeah.
My skin is not really on fire, but it's heated up. I can't cool down.
Right.
And this is something that goes along with it.
Yeah.
But you look at me.
You look fine.
I look fine. When I have an outburst, where did that come from?
Right.
When I lose facilities, and I don't mean to.
Right.
It just happens.
Right. And you're especially sensitive as a neurospicy person. That neurospicy is, although not a physical, to the society way of looking at what physical disabilities are.
Right.
What's not understood is the sensitivities that come along with being such a open channel because of our brain working differently and our sensitivities being so different.
Yeah.
That it is, if you're on the spectrum of neurodivergence too, where you have extreme sensitivities, just going to a restaurant can hurt. And that's something that is not understood very much. So again, I feel like when we explain ourselves or present ourselves with a disclaimer, and not that we owe anybody an explanation for what we're physically going through. I don't give people details of what I'm doing, of what I'm going through. I just tell them exactly what my body's doing in this moment that's blocking me from showing up to my fullest.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when I was general manager, I would, when a new hire was coming in, I would explain to them that there are signs that you need to look for, because there are times that I get overstimulated, overwhelmed, and I know that they're coming. I can feel it building up. So I will tell them if I'm having a really rough time at that particular moment, I'll take my hat and turn it around backwards. So ask me if I'm hot first, because wearing a ball cap for a while, it's like it just gets to the point where it's too hot and you want to turn it around because it's a little bit cooler because it has the airflow. But anyway,
Yeah.
it was one of those things where this is my warning, this is my disclaimer. And if you see me smiling and everything's wonderful, I'm barely holding it together.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about how to speak up our needs and how to express our needs. Because a lot of the times I feel like we're the ones who have to, unfortunately, because it's not like there's a lot of ignorance out there and not everybody's expected to know everything about what's going on with people. They're all limited to their own whatever. There are a lot of limitations out there. So that's what we're up against. So how do we speak up for ourselves with regards to what we're experiencing?
Right. And the tough part about this and why so many more don't and why they're afraid to is because of the noise that comes at them when they do.
Mm-hmm. And the stigma.
And the stigma. That's inappropriate to know. You shouldn't be talking about that. That has nothing to do with here. Sound familiar?
Yeah. and listen, that's definitely more heavily present in a workspace, because they don't care what you have going on with you. They just need you to produce.
Yeah.
And so a majority of that pushback does come from the workspace.
It does, truly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, unless you have like an HR system in place where, it's against the rules and legally not okay, that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of scenarios out there that don't involve that protection. And it doesn't mean it still doesn't happen.
Right. And with the removal of some of those protections, which we won't get into here because we don't have those kind of conversations, but with the removal of those protections, it's even harder.
Yeah, it is. So I think the key is to know that we do need to self-advocate in a way that expresses our experience as fact, not as an excuse. So maybe pull out your Communications 101 step book.
Which unfortunately many don't have. It's just one of those things of, okay, I'm coming into your workplace. You are interested in my joining this team. We need to find out if we're aligned first. Because there are things that you need to be aware of that could happen.
Right. One of my medications is cannabis, and I know there's a lot of stigma around that, but guess what? It gets me through my day. And so when my old job or whatever, I've asked before we even interview, are you okay? Is your organization have a policy against X, Y, and Z? Because this is my daily medication. And if you have a problem with it, then we're not going to waste time on an interview.
Right. Exactly.
So you have to learn how to advocate for yourself and speak your needs as a fact. This is my experience. What could we do here?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And I wish Hildy could join us, but I know her time difference is really off from ours. So I'm sure she's sound asleep by now. So hopefully we're doing right by her question. MS is a challenge.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Because she specifically has MS.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There are a couple comments I want to get to. Karen, I'm going to get to yours. I see you. Quick shout out to everybody in the live audience. We got Polyjammers, Karen. I see Lunaria and Lotus on the Moon. Anybody else I miss? Well, I see there's. Oh, and there's Karen May Sunflower. Good to see you too. Thank you guys for tuning in and joining us. We appreciate you. All right. So I want to go to one of Polly Jammers's comments once I find it again. What was it? Where is it? She said, I tend to go hypomaniac in the fall, then get depressed during the winter months. I feel this directly corresponds with the burnout from that rev up. Yes. And that goes back to talking about the seasonal affective and the seasonal polarity and those issues. So absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely, yes. She calls it squirreling out.
I know, I love that. She's squirreling, prepping for the winter. So if you can consciously slow yourself down in the fall and strategically squirrel, it helps. Sometimes the burst of squirreling isn't always in alignment with setting yourself up to get through the winter. And so if you can, try to consciously slow yourself down and strategically squirrel. Something that's going to be helpful and useful for yourself.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll get to that in a sec, Polly Jammers. I see you.
The highs and lows, the manics and the slows and the fast times, you know, it's the cycle is affected by what's happening in your body, what's happening in the environment, planetary stuff, and energetic stuff. It's all a culmination happening all at the same time. And so not everyone's going to understand that. And so that's why it's kind of important to figure out for yourself what's the best way to express your needs when the circumstances require you to, because you ain't required to explain anything about yourself to anybody. So when you're required to use your disclaimers, speak your facts, not the whole life story, not your medical diagnoses. None of that ain't nobody's business.
No, it's not.
No.
I mean, we were vulnerable with you guys, but that doesn't mean that you have to be that vulnerable with somebody else. Just communicate it.
Right.
Communicate what needs to be communicated. They need to know what they need to know, how they need to know it, when they need to know it.
Right. Yeah. And the other aspect. I'm used to saying it
in regards to myself. So
yes.
Switching the pronouns was a little bit difficult.
We got it. How do we make them nicer to us? We don't. I think it's just how we approach it to begin with. That at least is the starting point. And shifting our own presentation of ourselves will prompt a different response. But if you still get that pushback and you're making excuses and you're fine, there's nothing wrong with you, whatever kind of BS that comes your way, take it as an opportunity to correct them. And I don't want to use the word correct because it sounds like they're making a mistake. But at the end of the day, they need the clarity because they're approaching you in a way that is, in essence, telling you that you're a liar without realizing it. Because sometimes people's ignorance is projected at you because they can't wrap their head around what you're talking about yet.
Right.
So you can express, I know it doesn't look that way. I look fine, but this is my experience. I choose not to walk around in pain or have an attitude of pain because that's not what I want to experience. It's there, it's present. And yes, sometimes it really slows me down and it affects my performance or ability to perform, period. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist just because you can't see it and you don't know enough about it to understand it.
Right.
You can say stuff like that to people, especially when they're rude to you. Just because you don't see it, don't mean it's not real to me and doesn't exist. So, and you know what? I like to give examples too to people. Have you ever had a toothache? How would I know?
Do you have a headache? I can't see that.
How would I know?
You look fine. I don't see your head pulsating to indicate that you have a headache. Oh,
Ah.
you have some drainage in the back of your throat that is not presenting anywhere else.
Right.
Okay, that's also unseen.
Right.
You have a
Right.
stomach ache? Definitely can't see that.
Right. Right.
I mean, unless you can, but
So
yes,
Polyamorous is saying the challenge is to hold the sense of grace when confronted by these attitudes. And my rule of thumb is if you have no value in my life, I don't give a crap what you say. I'll provide the amount of clarity that's required for that moment in that circumstance, but you're not in my inner circle. So your opinion about my life and my experience holds no weight whatsoever. So how you maintain your grace is not giving a fuck about their opinion. I hate to say it that way because it sounds rude, but
facts are facts.
and
If you prefer, I could attempt to show you my pain.
I have actually had people at like, I don't prove it. You're in pain. How are you in pain? Honey, I ain't got to prove myself to you. It ain't my problem that you don't believe what I'm experiencing. And I'm not about to put myself through torture to satisfy some itch that you have that isn't going to be satisfied anyway. Right?
Exactly. And the
Stop
nice thing
giving a crap.
about this day and age is, well, we need to segue into the physical, but as far as mental health and the mental disabilities that many people have, I don't nowadays, I don't like to call it a disability. Faulty wiring, misfire,
Yeah.
because you find other abilities that go along with what you can do. So, but the great thing about nowadays is that the awareness is there. So if you talk about it at a level that they can understand, there's a higher chance that it's going to be accepted. It's still growing, but let's embrace that change. And let's ignore the phone.
Yeah, that was catchy.
Put a period on that sentence.
and really quick, Polyamorous said it's me that says, "Let me show you." And to that I say, you don't owe anybody shit about your personal health and well-being.
Yeah. And Lotus has people in her life that when they go through it, it's like clockwork.
When it hits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could almost set a timer to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for me, it's the darker months, and as we start to lose light, and I get to the 5 o'clock hour where it's actually dark. Yeah, sure, I could get a sun lamp, but that's not going to stop the overstimulation when that hits in. But I could set a clock to it, and I could look at the time and be like, okay, oh God, it's because it used to be at 3. Somewhere between the hour of 2 and 3 is when it would really start to hit. But that was also about the time that I had to go to work too.
You were drained just thinking about it.
Because stress is a big thing, but we'll try and stay on topic. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah. Well, feeling misunderstood is stressful and exhausting.
Right.
Yeah.
So we go from the mental aspects to the hidden physical. Okay, because there's a lot of fibro issues. There's a lot of internal arthritis, joint pain, things that aren't obvious, that people just don't understand, they don't get, and they're a lot of the diagnoses of exclusion when it comes to it. You look fine, you're walking, you're picking up that mug, you're being able to do this. I don't see what the problem is. Why aren't you moving fast enough? Why aren't you getting this done? And you hear all of these things and all of this mistreatment when I have a problem.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse.
Right.
It's a reality.
Right.
And
Right.
communicating that reality to people as you know it
Right.
will help.
Yes.
It helps to know who's on your side, who's got your back,
Right.
and who just don't care.
Right. Right.
I got to scroll back up because we're going to segue into something that Karen said earlier,
Okay.
which I
Let's go
promised to
for
get
it.
back to. Okay. And hopefully I get all of the chains because I have a tendency not to. When I got out of the hospital, many people withdrew, and the few that stayed said, "We're sorry, we didn't know your level of pain," but I told them every time.
So people don't necessarily believe what they don't see.
No. And there are
And
times where I know Karen, and I know that she and Hildy have something in common where every once in a while they just can't walk.
yeah, I've had times like that.
Just can't.
Right. I'll be walking and all of a sudden I'll get like a massively sharp pain and go like, oh, or make a noise or something. And then people look at me like, the fuck's wrong with you? You were fine a second ago. No, I'm not fine, actually. And it really hit hard in that moment. You just don't see it.
No, you don't.
Right.
Doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Exactly. And I think that's where us communicating ourselves and when people say, well, oh, I didn't know, da, 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 and it's perfectly fine for you to say, okay, well, if you recall, I have expressed it on several occasions, and I know it's hard to wrap your head around when you're not seeing it. And that's all you have to do.
Since you can't see the wind blow, does it exist?
Mm-hmm. Right. And it's communication. I think communication, and again, depending on who you're communicating to, because even people who know you for a long time, it's hard to believe unless you see. The only time that folks actually believed me or really let it sink in is when they physically saw me in pain and hurting and stuck. Or when they see me making an attempt to do an exercise to help myself and then watch my limitation within that very exercise. You're like, oh, that's all she can do? Holy fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't hide my needs, and I do what I need to do to take care of myself. I don't care who's around. And I think that helps me gain more, I guess, compassion. Not that I need it or want it or I'm looking for it, but in a sense where I'm more taken into consideration and believed.
Yeah.
So don't hide. I feel like there's a part of us that hides ourselves because there's so much stigma around having something wrong with you. And it does affect you in your outer world. Like no one's going to hire you. You know what I mean? It affects your livelihood, your circles, your activities. Your friends are like, well, she always says no, so we're not going to ask her to come out anymore. Okay, I'm going to say no to a trip that I know my body can't handle, but I'm going to say yes if we're going to hang out at your house or do some other thing that's not going to require such physical activity.
Right.
Or if we're going to engage in a physical activity, let me tell you what I'm able to handle and ask you if that aligns with what you had in mind. And if not, that's okay. I'll bow out this one. Maybe we'll catch another one that's a little my pace. It has to be okay, and you have to express yourself.
Yeah. And then there's the blatant mistreatment.
Yeah.
Because someone looks different, because someone acts different than what society defines as normal.
Mm-hmm.
And appearances are the first thing to get judged. You see a wheelchair, a lot of people immediately judge.
Oh, God, yes. Oof.
and presumptions are made, assumptions are given.
Right.
And I know people who have been put through hell for
Mhm.
no reason. And there's a story that I really want to disclose, but I didn't ask permission ahead of time, so I'm not going to. But literally put through hell and told that they could not come back to a store because they created such a ruckus
That's
when
sad.
they were singled out.
That's sad.
I mean, I'm paraphrasing and changing things a little bit,
Mhm.
but still,
Right.
why? Does it make you feel better to empower yourself?
Honestly, I think it's ingrained in the programming too. There's stigma around not being perfect. And there's no such thing as perfection. It just doesn't, none of it makes sense at all. And I think that's part of the problem, is that there's generations of stigma around something wrong with you, right? Historically speaking, generationally speaking, there's a lot of stigma.
I'm going to pull it to something really normal. Okay? Teeth.
Mm-hmm.
How many celebrities, how many people, how many influencers do you see? And they have these beautiful white teeth. I'm jealous of yours, Diane. And then you see people like me who smoked most of my life and drink way too much coffee, and I can't get the stains off, and they're slightly yellowed.
Yeah.
How many of you
Yeah.
don't want your
Yes.
smile to be seen because of an imperfection in your mouth?
That's such bullshit.
It is such bullshit. But how many?
Yeah.
I mean, even the viewing audience, but how many, future watching this
Right.
actually feel that way when it
Right.
just teeth? And if your hair is a mess, oh God, I can't fucking leave the house. But some of these same people, and now I'm going to move it away because I know most of the people that personally that are in this chat right now, and that I know that they don't observe others this way, but
Mhm.
they will go to great lengths, these people that I'm referring
Yeah.
to present themselves the way that society is expressed on social media, and then
Right.
have the audacity to mistreat somebody who struggles to clean their house.
Right.
It is an event to go to the grocery store and do their own shopping.
Yeah.
Embrace the change. That's what the show's about.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I know that compassion is good, but the stigma can hold you back. I'm responding to polyamorous. But the reality is, it's up to us to share awareness. Let's put it that way. Here's an opportunity to share awareness and expand someone's knowledge so that they're not so ignorant and that they might show more compassion to somebody else. You can't judge people, period. And you can tell somebody that, like, well, that's quite presumptuous of you to thank you for assuming that I'm okay. I do have some things going on with myself that limits me. So I appreciate that, but please understand that I'm not you.
Yeah.
I don't have your physical capabilities, regardless of what you think, what you're judging me and projecting onto me. Just be direct. That's really the only way. I have found my life so much easier with being direct, and I just don't waste my time with individuals who choose ignorance.
Right.
I don't waste my time with willful ignorance.
Right. And there's so much, and I love this, and also have different feelings at the same time. I love that those who are both mentally and physically disabled get a lot of support, attention, love, compassion. I love that that happens. I'm in, dopamine release on thinking about it, okay?
Yeah.
Oxytocin release on thinking about the love and compassion that is displayed to them.
Yeah.
What about everyone else?
Right.
That breaks my heart
Yeah.
because there are so many that are set to the side because of seen or unseen issues. And I did remember to set one thing up, which I'm going to bring up now. Okay. So I did a little research. And
Thank
if
you
you are
for
looking,
doing that.
you're welcome. In the description below, which this is telling you,
Yeah.
there
Thank you for
are
doing that.
there are
Resources.
websites. There are websites for global assistance
Mhm.
and links and ways that you can find advocacy for yourself,
Right.
for others.
Right.
And
Right.
I didn't just focus in on the U.S.
Right.
The Department of Human and Health Services is one of the links,
Mhm.
but that's the only one that's specific to the U.S. because I know that this is watched worldwide.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that everybody could, and I'm sure that the U.S. is part of it because one of them is one of the UN
Yeah.
affiliates.
Yes. So there's plenty of resources out there to help if there's like issues with a job or issues with other aspects of life, you need accommodations in some way. There are wonderful resources out there, and you can do your own. This is just a few. Thank you, Micah, for finding them and putting them up
Oh, you're
there.
welcome.
That's
You're welcome.
amazing.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's so necessary. But I think the main takeaway from today is tune out the noise, allow yourself to express yourself and not hide. Don't hide. We live in 2025. No hiding. Stop making stop projecting someone else's judgment at yourself. Yeah, we got aches and pains. Yeah, we got issues. Yeah, we got this. Yeah, we got that. Yeah, we got the other. Express your needs
Yeah.
as a matter of fact. You're not making excuses. You're expressing, these are my limitations. Would you rather I wait for a good day so I can be more supportive to you?
I'm so sorry that my good days are not in your convenience.
I mean, that's really the reality is like we internalize it and make ourselves feel like we're a burden and an inconvenience. And that's just not fair because I guarantee you, if you share yourself with your heart in the right circumstances, again, discernment, as a matter of fact, you may see how people may all of a sudden relate to you. Like, oh my God, I have the same thing sometimes. Fuck, you got to give them a chance to realize and recognize their judgment and their projection. Because most of the times it's not malintended, it's the programming, it's the stigma, it's generational ideology that's so
Mhm.
outdated and ignorant. And it's an
Yeah.
opportunity to educate.
Yeah.
Polyjammers that choose to communicate with those who are able to understand and relate. People who can't tend to either over or underreact. That's a big one. I no longer waste my time explaining my conditions to people. Good. I say, this is my condition. Look it up if you actually care to know about it. If not, just know that I randomly feel pain and you probably couldn't handle it. That's one way to put
Well
it,
put.
Polyjammers.
Well put.
Although I don't project what kind of pain someone else might be able to handle. But I do. That's funny. But yet, just express yourself in whatever way it comes out, and we'll
Yeah.
start there because the bridge is you. The education is at your fingertips, and maybe you can expand somebody's mind and make them a little more compassionate, not just towards others, but ultimately towards themselves. Because in what ways are they neglecting their own issues? Ultimately, any projection of judgments you have on others, you hold of yourself.
Right. And a sad after effect is those who have been mistreated, you get it long enough, what happens? You, if you put baby in a corner
Right.
often enough, so it winds up
I
being...
told somebody for 2 years about my physical limitations. They volunteered me for something against my will, fought me on it when I said I never said yes to this, and you didn't ask me. I acquiesced with the contingency of, however, you need to understand these are my physical limitations, and you're going to need to provide me with They did not follow through, got mad at me for my physical limitations and what occurred that I told them would occur because of my physical limitations if they didn't meet my contingency. And I stopped talking to them after that because I'm like, that was just blatant disrespect. You completely ignored everything that was agreed upon and treated me like, yeah, whatever, it'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. No, I won't be. Told you for 2 years straight. I cut that person off. Never again. And I told myself, you know what? I'm never doing that again. I should have said the answer is flat out no, because you volunteered for something you never ran by me. You made an assumption that I would do something for you that you didn't. You're projecting
I personally have issues when people make decisions for me without me.
Right. I did my best and I tried to compromise. I tried to make it work, but you know what? It wasn't worth it for me to do that because I was dealing with somebody who had no intentions of ever respecting my issues or believing me. And now that I learned that the hard way, that was a hard lesson. Never doing that again. That put me out and down for months. That's what that did to me. It wasn't worth any of it. Not at all. The person wasn't worth it. None of it was worth it. So you know what? You first. Take care of you first.
And a quick aside to the wolves of Wall Street. That's what we're going to call them. Okay, we're the corporate mongrels who are out to put people down, put people to the side, make them homeless because we just don't have a place for you. You don't fit in. Guess who's some of your best freaking customers? And just because somebody needs a little bit more assistance doing something doesn't mean that they're valued, doesn't mean that they're not worth it. And I'm going to throw shame. I don't do it often, but in this instance, if you are treating somebody that way and you are excluding them from rising to their potential, shame.
That's ignorance. It's all ignorance. And anything can happen to anyone at any time for any reason. What happens when somebody has a cancer that requires some kind of surgery that then leaves them in a position where they're disabled? That can't predict who's going to get hit by that.
We live on a planet that has enough capability, enough resources to take care of every human being every minute of every day.
We really do.
Yes, there are countries that require the help and assistance of others. But at the same time, we're all on the same earth.
Right. Right.
And because somebody can't perform in a society that requires the use of both legs, the use of both hands, full mental capacity, doesn't mean that they don't have something that could be of use. And we watch, now let's rise this up a little bit, because we watch people overcome and we watch how they are able to do things that they didn't think that they'd be able to do because of their limitations, because of their actual limitations. It's not a disability, and it's not a bad thing that that limitation happened. It's when it becomes a crutch and when it becomes a reason to pull away, and then the reverse gaslighting happens.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Don't do that to yourself.
no, don't do that to yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Your life is different and it's going to look different than someone else's because you have to take care of your own needs. That's all there is. I mean, Stephen Hawkins.
He may not be the nicest man, but he was one of the most brilliant.
Brilliant minds on the planet. So, like, you know, accommodations galore. Life is different. Nobody questioned it because of him focusing on his gifts and bringing his gifts to the world. So
Right.
maybe that's your focus. Your focus is bringing your gifts to the world and less on what other people's opinions or judgments might be on however you live your life.
And part of the healing process, part of the embracing the change, is to embrace what you are, what you bring to the table. And you know, the crazy there's a after effect that happens. You find out you can do more than you thought
Yeah.
because you don't have the stress focused on what you can't.
Yes. Yes. And sometimes you're put in a position where you don't have a choice but to do something that you didn't think you could, or certainly weren't up for or didn't want to. But you make it through and you do it and you persevere and you come out more badass on the other end. And I think that when you're more honest with yourself with regards to where your limitations actually lie, you can navigate through your experience a lot more comfortably. Because I think a lot of times we miss the mark on ourselves. Like I've learned not to overextend myself, but I promise you, 2 years ago, I was way overextending myself and burning the heck out really fast,
Yeah.
being down for the count for days because of the pain. Like, know your limitation, know your actual limitations. And that's only found out with you pushing yourselves a little bit to see, okay, let's see what happens if I go that extra mile in this particular instance. It's a trial and error thing that's going to change with you, but just know what your baseline limitation is at minimum so that you know where you fall on the spectrum for yourself and you can communicate that to others if you need to.
I'm feeling somebody's a little triggered.
Who's triggered?
I don't know if it's triggered or what, but I do want to address one comment. We are not in any way, shape, or form saying that if you have a mental or physical limitation, that if people mistreat you, you don't have to be nice anymore. We're not saying that. We're saying set better boundaries. Make
Right.
clear communication.
Right. Always truthful, respectful, and kind.
And
And relevant.
if they don't accept it, it's not your responsibility to make them, but it is your accountability to make sure that you are aware of that mistreatment and maintaining a firm boundary with it.
Mm-hmm.
And my voice is not law. Her voice is not law. What you decide to take away from this conversation is your perspective.
Right. Right.
And good enough is also good. And yes, it counts here.
Yes. Now, I'm going to add something to this. We as a community of individuals within a community can help build a community with sharing certain aspects of ourselves vulnerably so that folks can learn. Ignorance is rampant, especially when it comes to silent diseases that nobody can see and silent issues that nobody can see. Ignorance is rampant.
But if you're
Right?
out and about and you see somebody being mistreated and they're alone,
Yeah.
help.
Yeah. Yeah. And
If you
and
can.
just
If you can.
right. If you can. If you can. I think one of the worst stigmas and treatments out there is that somebody's in, something wrong with you kind of thing, whether it be mentally or physically, and making you feel like you're less than, being made to feel less than, like stupid, broken. That is something that you have to learn how to not allow other people to make you feel. And that only comes with standing your ground and speaking your truth. I learned that the hard way. That only comes with you telling individuals, if you don't want to believe me, that's fine, but this is still what's going on, and this is still what's going to happen. I can't help what you believe or not. I'm just sharing the truth. And that's kind of the approach. Don't lose your shit. Don't get pissy back. Don't get yourself into this. That's not the energy that you want to emit. You keep the light, you keep maintaining your grace, and you keep maintaining your own integrity and dignity. And you teach people how to treat you. And I'm a big fan of, I don't want to say calling out because it's very ego sounding, but educating. We're going to call it educating people.
Okay, sure.
Don't be afraid to educate someone truthfully, relevance, kindness, respect, all of those things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And if you are somebody who has, especially in the States, I don't know about any other nation, okay, but in the States, if you have somebody who is in need of physical assistance, check with the state about their programs. Stay on top of them. Okay, just because they are funded by the government doesn't mean that they have full reign over what happens to your loved one or you.
Right.
It means it means that they are paid to provide assistance that you can't.
Yes.
And it is up to you to hold them accountable for that level of care. And I say this from a personal level, but I won't share why.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't have permission and I don't want to divulge. But
and there's plenty of resources and nonprofit organizations out there for so many different things. You just have to do the online research. I guarantee you're going to find some nonprofit out there, even if it's not government assisted. There's nonprofit agencies out there of all kinds for all reasons.
And if you keep hitting a dead end, change a word in the search.
Yes, that's a good tip.
And if you continue with that search, there's a wonderful thing called ChatGPT. I am trying to find this information about this. Please tell me the websites that I can go and look at. Boom, enter.
Yeah.
And I can tell you from personal experience yesterday, has nothing to do with this conversation, but from personal experience yesterday, to get sound working correctly on here, I went on ChatGPT and I said, okay, I'm having this problem and I need you to tell me how to get through it now, period, end, click. And boom, there it was.
Yeah.
We live in a day and age where finding information
is easier.
And the only reason that you don't is because you don't look. There's your scolding.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you don't know you can look for their just, because it's not like something that's at the forefront of your mind.
It's new for so many people that,
right.
Okay, well, it used to just be Google and we would have to sit for hours making sure that we were typing the right word in the search bar. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to look at sex. Yeah, it came out that fast because it's just one of those things where, how did I get here?
Right.
How did I get here? But now you have this wonderful new system that is connected to all of them.
Yeah.
And it just filters in exactly what you need.
Yes. Speaking of which, there's a spammer on there right now.
Dude. Uninvited. Wow. We got Alanis Morissette, this guy. Get out. Get out my house.
Yeah. Yes. Keep advocating, keep educating, and keep expressing and taking care of your own needs first.
Absolutely. And with that, it is time to shameless plug, and also don't know what the topic is yet for next week. If you guys in the viewing audience or the replays have any suggestions, drop it in the comments below. Let us know. Let us know what we want to talk about, because we'll bring the topics to you. All right. But for the moment, let's do this or not this.
Oh, there I am.
There it is. It didn't
Look
want
at
to
me
pop
go.
up. It was like, no.
My website is healingrose.org. Well, it's technically a booking site because I'm still developing other stuff. But find me there. Find me on Facebook. Find me on Instagram. I'm new to TikTok and still working through that. But you can definitely find me and follow me. And if you like what you see, then share and do all that good stuff. If anyone's out in the Columbus, Ohio area, I'm based in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm giving a workshop at the end of the month at a specific location. I'm posting this information on my page
There
on
you go.
Facebook and Instagram.
And maybe we can have a conversation afterwards about possibly getting it recorded for you so that you can actually share it out.
Yeah, I have to figure all that stuff out yet.
But that's another conversation off the air. All right. And for me, I still haven't gotten to the updates and upgrades. So the pricing that's on my website right now to work with me directly is what it is. But heads up, things are about to change. And I am working on a new program called Phoenix Path, which is going to be an intensive over the course of 7 weeks. And the first week will include 2 to 3 days, just you and me, going on Zoom or in person if you're local, where we start working through those triggers, start working and getting you back in line. And answer this question for yourself. If you could, in 7 weeks, completely change how you look at yourself and how you are thinking about the triggers and the burnout that you're experiencing, what is that worth to you? Think about that. And if you're here and you want to put it in the comments, I'll take it. But seriously, consider that. And if you haven't already, she is not only my co-host, but she's also a co-founder of Rise Awakenings. And if you haven't already joined the Facebook group, please take a moment and scan the QR code, click the link below. I have included it in the description, because that's where you're going to know about all things Rise Awakenings with all the radio shows, podcasts, and also have the opportunity to reach out to one of us if you are interested in doing your own.
Yes.
So, with all of that said, what a great talk.
No, this was a good talk. I hope we covered what Hildy was looking for.
What she said. Because I was just about to say it. Oh, shit. Okay.
Laurie says, dealing with the stages of grief. That's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one. We could break down the stages and talk about
hell, we could do that for the next 5 shows.
I know.
But don't run away yet, because I got a surprise for you guys at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. But thank you guys so much for joining in. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for checking out my YouTube or my Twitch or the Messenger's Twitch on YouTube.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Anyway, it's getting to be that time. So I better say goodnight soon. Or as my uncle used to say you had a nice time.
I had a great time.
We're going to close up today with
Thank you, everyone.
Pinkology 101 and Jonathan Layden Rocks with a Green Day song that was perfect for tonight. Love
Wonderful.
yourselves. We love you so much. Thank you for being here. Keep going, and we'll see you next week. Oh. I almost forgot. I almost forgot.
I was
9
like, psych.
a.m. Psych, not yet. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, Thursday. Catch Illuminate with Lunaria. And
Ooh.
yeah, and
Yay.
she's gonna be bringing a collective reading and studying one of the cards. So be sure to tune into that because, oh man, you're gonna learn some stuff about tarot that you didn't know, and watch her do the same.
Oh,
It's
wonderful.
kind of cool. It's really cool.
That
'cause
sounds really great.
Yep, she's gonna grow with you while she's giving you the goods from the
Go
cards,
Lunaria.
right? So sorry, I almost completely spaced out on that, and I was like, wait, no. So with that,
9 o'clock
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Eastern.
time. I know, right?
All right, now let's go down that boulevard.
J-Lane 831, Ecology. Let's get it. I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me, and I walk alone. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one, and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk my shadow's the only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone up there will find me. Till then I walk alone. I'm walking down the line that divides me somewhere in my mind, on the borderline of the edge and where I walk alone. Read between the lines of what's fucked up and everything's alright. Check my vital signs to know I'm still alive, and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk my shadow's the only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone up there will find me. Till then I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one, and I walk my shadow's the only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone out there will find me. Till then I walk alone. Yeah.
and Diane. So listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into